I've been sitting here playing with camera settings, doing all the things. I'm realizing something. I just posted my vlog today and I was having issues with, long story short, I moved from iMovie to Adobe Premiere. It was time, and after getting the 4K camera, I needed to be able to just have better export settings, and iMovie is just kind of buggy. So that happened to me about like a week ago, and there were clips that were missing. It was a whole thing. It's been so frustrating. But that's why I have YouTube, and there's so many great creators who help you learn, and that's what I've been doing. I've got new settings set on the camera, so hopefully that is something that I'll keep playing with. But within all of the frustration, I've also realized I have been absolutely loving vlogging, and I kind of want to put more time towards it. Just like I've been saying in my podcast, I've been loving podcasting, and when I've watched back these handful of vlogs since I've started my podcast, like, it shows. Like, I love podcasting, but I also just have not, there's only one of me, and I think I'm trying to spread myself a little bit too thin. And I see now why, even as a small creator, why people have teams, and I'm just not at the level of having a team or needing a team. I kind of have put more work on myself than like needs to be, and that's just because that's where my brain started, and that's great. But like the last 2 weeks, to explain, we're just gonna have a chat. We're just gonna chat about like creator life, and I just have felt so much building up and like thoughts towards creating and what it's like, and like I think I've had a lot of sweet people ask me in the past week and a half about this world and like how I'm liking it and like what I'm finding in it. And like, I don't do anything right now that I get paid. Like, it is all my own will and drive, and which is great. Like, I absolutely love creating. I have honestly been taking photos, editing, creating like beautiful layouts on Instagram since I was in high school. Like, I've been doing this voluntarily for a very long time. So now I'm just actively creating bigger pieces of work, whether that's vlogs or podcasts, or even like having a account for a business that I want to continue to grow. All that said, it's a lot of work, and it's a lot of work that I'm willingly doing or want to do. And so it's one of those things where I've got to be real with myself. And the first few weeks, I talked about it on a couple vlogs, I was planning out my day hourly and like posting every day on Define's Instagram. And for 2 weeks now, I've been posting every day on my personal Instagram. And then I was leaving the vlog and the podcast, my two bigger things, for the end of the week, and not really like giving it the time and energy that I actually wanted to, because I think in my head I was like, okay, if I spend more time growing my audience over on Instagram, I'll bring them to YouTube. And I'm starting to learn that for smaller creators, or at least for me, I don't know that that's how it's going to work. Being completely candid, and also this conversation, like, if you don't care about any of this, feel free to skip forward. There's more of a vlog after this. But I just wanted to chat about this and document kind of my feelings thus far. And I think also like some of you might be small creators too, or whatever level of creator, and feel the same way. But being candid, I've gained followers on Instagram by like posting the way I have. I've also lost some, and I try not to look at that number. I really do, but you kind of have to get to see where the times you should post are. So I remember the first time I kind of saw that I was like, had lost some, I was like, well, they've made this hard because let me put my hair up really quick. I was like, well, they've made this hard because I really need to just see what times I need to post and I don't really want to see my numbers. And you know, a lot of that is like where I see content creation right now is short form's really big, and there's a lot of audience there, and there's also a lot of creators in that world. And then I would say your long form, more vlogging, has kind of gotten smaller. I am finding that I like the longer form better. And sometimes I get inspired and I have a real idea, like an RAEL, like Instagram reel idea. And so I'll film it. But a lot of times I feel like we're just doing trends or copying. Whereas with vlogs, it really is, for me, I feel like more of a clean slate place. Like, yes, I watch Danielle Carolyn's vlogs and Paige Lorenz, and you're like, okay, love that camera angle. Love the way that they went with this vlog. Like, totally. And things like that. And that helps a smaller creator kind of learn from them. But I don't feel like I'm copying them. All that to say, I am going to keep moving forward with Instagram, but I also am going to reassess my times that I'm spending on each. I think engagement is also really hard right now in the content world because it's like, I'm not on TikTok, so everything I'm talking about is more of my view from Instagram and YouTube, just for reference. But I feel like a lot of it is like quick, and you grab people really quick, and people skip through if they don't see what they like in the first few seconds, which like I do that. Like if it doesn't seem like something interesting to me, like I skip through, which is like, that's like, you get to choose that. Like, I don't have to watch every video and you don't either. Like, it's a beautiful choice. But all I'm saying is that is not how my brain works. And I think some people, that is like their genius part of their brain. And so I'm learning that I am such a visionary and I love to set a vibe. Someone the other day was like, you were the vibe queen. And I was like, that's my title for all of life. Like, if there's anything that I do, like, I want to set a vibe. So it's like, how can I use that to my own strength? Every Monday I do a weekend rewind, but I call it red wind because that's my last name. And I thought it was a cute play on words. Like, that was natural. And that, I don't care if one person watches it or a million, like that, or views it. That's something I naturally find. But if it's like something I'm putting up just to see like what the views are, like that, I just want to flip that on its head. And that's not why I got into content creating anyways. So that's the first thing that I'm going to work on. All that to say, that is something that I wanted to chat about and just like be transparent about, and also be able to look back on in a year and be like, okay, that's how you felt about that. Like, you know, and see where I'm at in a year in comparison. But hi, hello, welcome. Just wanted to check in and say, hey, go check out the last vlog if you haven't yet. That one was super fun. I did have a moment. It was fun editing, fun creating. It's packed of a lot of stuff. I had so much fun creating that one. There's a minute in it, and I put it in the description. It's like a whole minute where when I was exporting, it muted it. I don't know, because in the editor, like the audio file or the wave is still there. So, and how I'm exporting right now takes like 2 to 3 hours. And I was like, as someone who can be a perfectionist, I was like, no, we're not going to re-export it. You're going to just put a disclaimer. It's a minute. It's literally when I'm showing an outfit. Like, it is not the end of the world. So I was very proud of myself. We're going to take that as a win as someone who leans more perfection minded in things. And it's like, no, that's okay. Like, that's part of the learning. And I just really don't want to put out any content that's overly perfected, because that's just not, it's not the life I'm living. So yeah, that's kind of where my brain's at, and I feel like it was a big realization today when this all has just hit me, and like, yeah, I just realized it because it's like, I want to wake up and like create what I also love to consume, and that says a big thing. The other thing I'm working on is trying to figure out where, and I don't have to get to a finished thought on this, but for July, for Define, I really want to make more content over there that is in line with Define's messaging. And in July, I made it a theme, Summer in Color, and for August, it's all about romance, and even like I thought about playing with some nostalgic rom-coms and like using that as our baseboard, but then having questions like love-hate relationship with skincare or things like that. So centered all around the romantic era of things and just viewing it through that lens, because again, I think that's one of my strengths, is that vision and that vibe. And so I also have to, what I haven't been doing is giving myself adequate time to sit in that and dream about what that world looks like. So I'm going to do some of that today and not try to solve the world in one day. I think that's what I've been trying to do. I think I've just been trying to do way more than one human can do, and I need to back it up a little bit. So y'all can keep me accountable on that. I'm also trying to look at the camera lens more instead of the viewfinder. But part of it is anxiety that it's not recording properly. So the more trustworthy I get of this camera, hopefully I'll look in the center more. Yeah, so thanks for listening to that little chat. I ran to Elegy and got a coffee, and so I am going to sit here with my spiced pumpkin latte candle. I had to. It was like one of those things. It's like, I'm in that era, so I need to be smelling that. This is literally one of my favorite candles, other than Milk Rose from Beluspa. This is such a good candle. So, and then, yeah, so we're just sitting here. I got my notepad, making notes and just creating, so welcome. And let's get going. Hi guys, I have been working on the post in August for Define, and I just wanted to show y'all. This is the post that's going up tonight. August is going to be so fun. And then I've got a playlist that we're going to link. These are all the frames that I'm going to use throughout the month. All the fonts I'm going to use throughout the month. And then my color theme. So yeah, that's what I've been doing. Just figuring that out and having so much fun with it. I feel like I have an even clearer vision. Like I've been saying, every month I know it'll just get like more and more clear, the vision for Define, and I get to have fun with it because there's no pressure. So yeah, I am gonna get ready for my run. Sorry, Evan's on the phone. I'm gonna get ready and go on a run, listen to a podcast, and the sun's still up. It feels so good outside, so I'm actually very excited to go have some me time and then come back and make some dinner. Hi guys, welcome to a new day. I'm checking in on what I'm doing today. I am filming a styling video, and I'm going to film a makeup video, and then I'm going to prep for the podcast. So kind of a lot to do, but all fun things. I've already gotten ready for the morning, I curled my hair and I have it pinned back, and I haven't done my makeup because we're going to do that on the video. And so what I am about to do is pull some outfits I'm going to put together my styling rail, and then I'm going to pull some outfits. I'm actually really excited. We're styling for Define's August theme, which is Romantically August. It's kind of like you're signing a letter, like you're signing it romantically August. So I'm really excited about it. It's a little world I have created that's almost like a love letter or a romance film is kind of the lens we're going to be looking through things. And I know I showed you little clips of it yesterday. But now for the styling of that theme, when I think of romantic vibes, I think of lace, I think of flowy fabrics, so your satin, your silk, your chiffon, even your cotton. I think of pastels, and I think of light denim. All of this paired with things that help balance the outfit. So maybe that lace skirt is with denim and a t-shirt on top and doing some proportion styling. So we're gonna play around with that, and I'm gonna talk through some of that. And I'm just excited to dig into my closet and pull out some outfits for this month. So I'm gonna get the rail out and we're gonna pull out some outfits and get inspired. And I would love to, one of the days this week, go out at sunset and take some photos. I will hopefully employ my husband to do that in our backyard. But yeah, so that's kind of where my brain's at. I need to drink some water for sure. I've not had enough water today. And let's get to pulling outfits. Okay, now that that is done, I want to pause and pull my makeup for my video and figure out that, because I realized I might need to run out and grab hangers. So I am going to do my makeup video and then I will check in a little bit. I think I'm gonna use the skin tint from Kylie Cosmetics. It's really, really pretty. So let's do that, and I will see y'all in a minute. Hi guys. Okay, just finished filming. I actually did it right here. I had such frustration trying to figure out where to film, but we figured it out. I have put on my sneakers and I'm gonna run and grab a coffee and probably a bagel sandwich, and I need to run and get some more pant hangers because I ran out and I've just needed them for a while and just haven't bought them. But here's the finished makeup look. It's so fun. It's also just way more makeup than I have been wearing because I haven't been wearing any, so I think I'm like, who is that? But it was so fun to do. It's like it's supposed to be inspired by the sunset, so that was the look. But yeah, I'm gonna leave it on for the styling videos, and I might tweak like my lip or something if it feels a little dark. And then, because I want it to be like neutral for the styling video, but I'm out of breath because I am running just a little behind on what I was wanting to get done with. So I'm gonna run and get these hangers and get some food, and then I'll be back. Hi guys, I am back, and this was the only pant hangers I could find, so that's just what's gonna have to do. I'm gonna get more of these hung up and then start pulling some outfits together. And I'm not gonna film all of them. I'm gonna try to pick maybe like my top 3 or the ones that have the same kind of theme. and because I can create styling videos for the rest of the month. Maybe I'll do one every week, and at least I've kind of already done the legwork. That's the crazy thing about some of this creating is like it takes the legwork and like thinking through things, which is fun. It's also just like, I don't think you realize it until you're doing it. But all fun problems to be having. Not that they're necessarily problems. But, yeah. I'm really excited to play around with my closet. I feel like this is one of those things where it's not like I went and did like a haul and it's all new stuff, but it's challenging me to style with some of my old stuff, which is great. Like, that's kind of part of having a capsule wardrobe and having, like, buying quality clothes or things that you know is your style and not just a trend, is so that you can use them season to season. Start hanging these and start putting some things together. This is kind of like clearing my brain so that like I've been saying, I know what I kind of want to wear for August. Not that I can't change, but it's like some of my most stubborn and like difficult times, because I dress by my feelings, is like, A, there's clothes in drawers, so like you forget what's there, and B, sometimes you don't have time to put together an outfit, and so I'll like repeat, which is great, like hashtag let's repeat outfits. But it's kind of nice to take this time and do this, so I'm very excited. Hi guys, my SD card is full, so I have swapped over to my phone. I just finished filming 8 of the outfits. I want to show y'all how crazy this is. 35 outfits is what I made. Is that not crazy? Like, that, didn't buy anything, like it was all in my closet and I just needed to take time to put it together. So I'm gonna finish filming these tomorrow and then I'll divvy it up throughout the month, which is actually super helpful because we go on vacation soon. So I'm gonna take some time off and just schedule those. So that's very helpful. But I'm gonna leave the shoes laid out and the clothes in my bags and edit my makeup video and get that up. And then the boys are cooking pizza tonight, so I'm getting fed. I don't have to cook, praise the Lord. And yeah, I can do some fun things. So yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. And I'll check in a little bit. Hi guys, happy Thursday. You're joining me, of course, in your favorite closet. I'm just getting ready for the day. I have blown out my hair, and like 20 minutes ago it was even, when I use the word flatter, like I mean that's a good thing because I have naturally like curly hair, but it was flatter in literally 20 minutes and it's already like this. Like, I can't win. But anyways, I am going to do my makeup, more of my like everyday, use my skin tint, that kind of vibe, and so I can film more of the styling videos and get this cleaned up. Let's put our makeup on and have some fun. I'm gonna go watch this. Go. I'm remembering to grab the lip stain this time while I do my makeup. Hi guys, happy Thursday. You are joining me here at my desk, and I am I was about to start recording the rest of the styling videos, but I was like, you know what, maybe we should kind of edit the first handful I did, make sure we don't want to switch anything up about it, because the lighting yesterday was all over the place because it was in the afternoon. Edit that, see if I want to switch anything up or if I need to re-record those outfits, but I'm going to try to get through all of them. It would be really cool. But I also am just trying to figure out how I'm also going to put these like on LTK and just figuring out the direction of everything. Like I was talking about earlier in this vlog, a lot of my brain power this week is like how to maximize what I'm doing and not just throwing things out there. And that's what I was telling Evan this morning. I was like, I think I'm really good at like throwing, like, trying to not throw myself under the bus, but like really good at making a lot and it looking okay. But I'm like, I want to take time and do each of these things well, even if that means do less of them, or spend more time planning it and doing it. So that's where my brain is this week, and just trying to figure out what that looks like, because there's only so much time in a day. And yeah, so that's what I'm working on. Hi guys, happy Friday. I am just in the kitchen. I had my eggs and I was like, I really want to do something fun and different. And I had these sweet potatoes that I have needed to use up. So I'm gonna add cinnamon and some almond butter, drizzle on top. At 400 and go from there, because I'm curious to see how the almond butter and the cinnamon are doing. You could also use peanut butter, but peanut butter for me is so strong that I really like almond butter. But let me sit down and let's catch up. Hi guys. So it is Friday now, so let's catch up on what's been going on. My room still has all the styling stuff in it. I got inspiration when I was going through and pulling out my clothes, and I was like, how cool would it be to do kind of like a monthly, you know, people talk about like a capsule wardrobe for like your life, and I love that. I also just think it can be a little, like for me, I'm like, if I have to choose the clothes I'm gonna wear for the rest of my life, like in this one closet, like that is gonna freak me out. But monthly, you kind of end up getting to that life capsule wardrobe. I'm gonna talk about it on the pod this week, so check that out if you want to. But anyways, I filmed a couple videos for that, and just going through, I ended up having to break it down into sections. Like I did like shorts, denim, skirts, trousers, and then sets, like matching sets, and how you pair them apart and pair them with other things. So I ended up filming that yesterday and getting that edited, and it's crazy how long stuff like that takes to film and edit. Like it's just so eye-opening. I think I've said this multiple times on this vlog, is like the realizations of like a baby creator. But I just don't think I ever realized how long it took, and like how much it's so fun. Like I'm having the best time. But I like looked at the clock and I'm like, it's 5 and I really want to get to the gym. So yesterday I did that, and I went to the gym, and that was really nice. It actually wasn't even that busy. So it was kind of, I'm like, maybe I want to go to the gym at the end of my work day just to kind of like breathe. Okay, I will admit, was I editing my reel in between sets? Yes. But that's because it was such like a baby edit that I was doing. I was trying not to overcomplicate it. I think the last time I did a styling series, I don't even know that overcomplicating is a word, but I tried to do like way more than what like one human can produce. And so I was like, you know what? It's Instagram, like keep it short and sweet. And so that's what I did. And I got it edited. So it's Friday today. I am recording the podcast this morning. I have lunch with some friends, and then I'm going to see Freakier Friday tonight with some friends. And so it's a really fun friend day. But I also need to get the podcast recorded and edited, and I'm going to talk about, I like wrote the script yesterday, and I was like, this is going to be such a fun one to chat about, and I'm going to have to remind myself to slow down. If I ever record like topics that I'm really excited about, I will just like go so fast. So gotta pace it out. So yeah, gonna do that. And this morning I think I'm going to do a mask, ice roll, do something, and start getting ready. I washed my hair yesterday and blew it out, and I did it a little differently this time, and Ev and I both noticed a different. He like walked in, he was like, your hair is so smooth. I have naturally curly hair. So like I also have a lot of hair, but it's like fine hair, but a lot of hair, so it's not necessarily like thick and a lot of hair. If y'all know my sister, like she has a lot of hair and it's thick. So I have a lot of hair, but it's curly, wavy texture. So as soon as I like she loves to curl. She does not know what straight means, and I love that. I've always had volume, and that's a beautiful thing, because I had friends who like struggled to even have volume. So like I get that. I'm thankful for that. But where some of my friends never had frizz, I'm like, what's that like? Tomorrow I am going to clean in the morning. I've like put it on my calendar. Ev's gonna be out of the house, and so I'm like, I'm just gonna take the time and vacuum, clean the toilet, clean the tub, like do those kind of things that I just need to like get done, and probably do some laundry too. And then I told Ev, I was like, I'm gonna clean, but no, I'm gonna be romanticizing it. So there will be a beverage in hand. There will be a coffee in hand. Then I have dinner with my family tomorrow night. And yeah, it's gonna be a fun weekend. I'm excited because I have outfits already ready to go. So, all right, let's get into the day. I was just checking on the oven. My house smells so good now. So, literally just do it for smell at this point. I realized I watched The Summer I Turned Pretty and I didn't give my thoughts on this episode. So I thought while I was washing my face, we could have a quick recap of episode 5. So episode 5 was the Connie POV episode. And I will say, I don't think it was as exciting as I was, I guess, thinking it was going to be. I mean, I love that it was a whole Conrad episode. But just after it was done, I kind of was like, okay, like, what? So where are we going from here? I think my biggest thing is, like, how do we get out of this pickle? Like, I think I said that in the last vlog, but I just am like, she can't really, like, have been with Connie, be with Jeremiah, and then come back. I think at that point, you kind of just have to be done. But this Conrad episode had a lot more of like, I think I'd forgotten what their relationship was like. And so I appreciated that like view and what he's thinking about. I just felt bad for him. He's just like so sad and so just trying to figure out life. Belly shopping for all the wedding stuff by herself was stressing me out. I was like, someone please help her, because this is craziness. And then all the like the humor side of like the cake person and the the florist being like, you have to have a minimum of 5,000. It's like, that was so funny. And I know that's probably also true in some places, but that really made me LOL. This is making me, like, after I got done, it really made me want to pause and read the book really fast. Like, that's kind of also where I'm at, because I'm just like, how do we get out of this mess and everyone be happy? And I just don't know that that's gonna be it. And Jeremiah, like, got in better with his dad, and then, yeah, I think that was really healing for him. But at the same time, I'm like, you're literally getting married, your girl needs you. Like, yeah, I'm still a Conrad fan. Now that this wedding is gonna be at the club and a big deal, I think Belly's gonna be very like overwhelmed and it's all gonna hit her. I almost feel like Belly hasn't paused and contemplated what's going on. I think that's an element I'm missing. So yeah, those are some of my thoughts. Love the show so much. The oven went off, so let's go check on the sweet potatoes. Podcast is done. I feel like I'm like, the weekend started. I still have to like edit it, but this one is gonna be like minimal edits, and it was such a fun one to record. So what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna try to add a little bit of wave to my hair. I'm gonna prop it up on this candle. And yeah, so I'm gonna do that and then head off to lunch with my girls. I cannot believe how long, it's like this past week I've realized how long my hair is. If some of y'all don't know, I used to have really, really short hair. Like chin length, like when Ev and I met, chin length. And it's just really fun to grow it out now. So I think I'm gonna be in that phase until I wanna go back to the really short, but yeah. Anyways, girly things. So let's curl this hair. Okay guys, just finished curling my hair. Let's all see it while it's here, because it's just gonna do its thing. But I don't know if anyone else, I'm sure you have, saw Kylie Jenner's like hair girl describe how she's been doing her hair. And it's where it's pretty much like a bunch of different size barrels or different techniques of curl. So like where you have like a loose wave, a kind of spiral, more of the roller style, which is like such a beautiful way to curl the hair. It's a little bit more like natural because your curls are never all uniform, which I love. So I tried to do that just with a single gal. And I think it helped it just feel a little bit more natural and not so put together. So I like it. Fun. Okay. Now that that's done, I think I'm gonna add a little blush and some powder. And then I think we are good to go.